Good morning, and welcome back for another episode of Rise and Shine Yoga. I'm Paul, the owner of Oxford Yoga Studio in downtown Oxford, and assisting me as usual this week is Stephanie, one of my main teachers.
Good morning.
So you know the routine by now. I want you to sit in front of your mat, legs crossed or extended in front of you. You can have your hands on your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes, sit up tall, and breathe just normally, settling in for our practice this morning, calming the mind, checking in to see where your body is. And as always, before we start our practice, we want to set an intention. We want to set a dedication for our practice. This can be for yourself, for a friend, family, for a thing, for the world. So set that intention right now. And as we go forward in our practice this morning, I want you to come back to the intention. If you find that you're struggling in the poses, the breath becomes weak or shallow, you find that your mind is just scattered, come back to this intention for the reason that you're doing your practice this morning. So set that intention now. And now let us deepen our breath. Let us start to create the Ujjayi or yoga breath, which is a deep inhale through the nose and an exhale through the nose. And as you exhale, you're constricting the back of the throat and you're making a sound like you're fogging up a mirror, a ha sound. So start to develop that yogic breath. Deep inhale and exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And with our intention in this breath is like a guide. Just like our intention, as we go through our practice this morning, your breath should be controlled and smooth. One breath, one movement as we go through our practice. The breath should not become shallow or rushed, nice and controlled. And as I said, with the intention, if through any of the poses this morning you find yourself struggling, you find that it's just not your morning, come back to the breath, come back to that smooth, controlled breath. So with our intention and our yoga breath firmly created, let us roll forward into tabletop, hands and knee, hands directly underneath your shoulder blades, your knees directly underneath your hips. Take a quick look back between your legs to make sure you don't see your toes. If you do, just move them behind your knees. We're going to do a few cat-cows. Strong breath, so we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, and exhale, slowly round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, and exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. A few more times. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round the back. Come back to a neutral spine or flat back. Bring the big toes of your feet together. Sit back on your heels into child's pose. Your arms can be extended or they can be by your side. As you see here, Stephanie's is extended. And as I've mentioned in the previous episodes, child's pose is a pose of safety, of comfort. If at any time during your practice this morning, like I said, you find yourself struggling, the breath is shallow, your mind's wandering, come back to child's pose. Because your yoga practice is, as I said, your yoga practice. It's not a competition. You're not trying to see if you can become the greatest yogi in the world. It's about taking care of your body right here, right now. And so if you have to, come to child's pose. Stay here for a few more breaths. Now slowly come back up to hands and knees pose. Hands directly underneath your shoulder blades, knees underneath the hips. And we're going to do a little warm-up flow core work. So what I want you to do is extend your right leg back about hip level and point the toes to the back of the mat. Engage your core, have a strong breath. Your gaze should be slightly ahead of your mat. And then bring your left arm by your left ear. Your bicep ideally should be by your left ear. And release your hand and your leg to the ground. Now inhale, your right arm forward, left leg back, pointing your toes to the back of the room. And release. And now we're going to warm up the body a little more. So I want you to inhale your right leg back, left arm forward. And now I want you to round your back, crunch your knee to your left elbow. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round. Inhale, straighten. And place your hand and leg to the ground. Now the right side, inhale your left leg back, right arm forward. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, crunch. Straighten. And bring your hand and knee to the ground. Step your feet in between your hands. And slowly make your way up. Really bring the arms overhead, palms together at the center of the heart. Checking in with your body, checking in with your intention and your breath. Take a quick break if you need to. In the next episode, or next part of our episode, we'll start to warm up with some more standing poses. And welcome back. And we're going to continue with our warm-up with some standing poses. So check your foundation. Your feet should be about hip distance apart. Should be standing up tall, shoulder blades back. And a quick cue to make your shoulder blades back are you lift them up, back and down. So we're going to Inhale, reach the arms overhead and interlace the fingers. We're going to do a side bend to the right. So inhale, exhale, lean to the right. And in this pose, you want to push your hips to the left while leaning to the right. You should feel a nice stretch here in the left side of your body. And of course, make sure you breathe. Now inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Release your bind and fold forward over straight legs. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, step back to the top of a push-up. We're going to hold this for one quick second. Your hands should be underneath your shoulder blades. Press your heels back toward the wall. You should be one straight line. If you need to, you can come to your knees. Now we're going to exhale, keeping the elbows tied to the chest all the way down. We're going to inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest, up dog. And then we're going to uncurl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And since this is probably your first down dog of the morning, you can bicycle your feet. Maybe move the hips side to side. And with down dog, you want to press your heels into the ground. Lift your hips up. Your gaze should be back between your legs. If your heels don't touch the ground, don't worry about it. And breathe. At the end of your next exhale, look between your hands, bend the knees, walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, slowly reach and rise the arms overhead. And exhale, palms together, center of the heart. Right into one more sun salutation A. Inhale, reach and rise the arms. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, step back to the top of a push-up. And exhale, slowly lower all the way to the bottom. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest, up dog. Exhale, uncurl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Have your head relaxed. Your gaze should look back to the back of the mat. At the end of your next exhale, look between the hands, bend the knees, walk, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, reach and rise the arms overhead. Exhale, palms together, Samastiti. Right into the one final one. Inhale, reach and rise the arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, step back to the top of a push-up. And exhale, slowly lower down, keeping the elbows in tight. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest, up dog. Exhale, uncurl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And again, 5 breaths. the end of your next exhale, look between the hands, bend the knees, walk, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, reach and rise the arms overhead. Exhale, palms together, Samasthiti. Check your foundation again. We're going to go into Utkatasana or chair pose. So for the chair pose, you want to bring your feet close together. They don't have to be touching, but you're standing up tall, shoulder blades back. So we're going to inhale the arms overhead and then sit back, bend the knees into a chair. Look down. If you can see your toes, that's a good thing. If you can't, you might want to come up a bit. Your arms are strong by your ears. Gaze to the sky if that's available. And of course, breathe. Now bring your palms together at the center of the heart. And we're going to twist over to the right, hooking our left elbow around our right knee. Now our left knee tends to want to come out when we twist this way, so if it does, just bring it back. If it's available to you, your gaze should be at your right elbow. And breathe. Twists are a good way to get rid of the toxins in our body. Now inhale back to center and twist to the left, hooking your right elbow around your left knee. Your right knee might want to come out, bring it back. Gaze to your left elbow. Come back to center. Extend the arms, stand up straight. Bring the palms together at the center of the heart. Take a quick break, catch your breath, come back to your intention, and we will finish up in the next episode with our sitting poses and our final resting pose.
I'm Jim Schwartz, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction at the Oxford Community Schools. And I'm just putting an open invitation out to folks who might be interested in our Young Fives program, our developmental kindergarten program that is going to be opening in each building that we have this fall. This is for any parent who is thinking about kindergarten, but maybe your child's not quite ready for kindergarten and the rigors of kindergarten. Young Fives program would be for you. Having finished a 4-year-old preschool program, this is a nice transition into the rigors of a kindergarten program. Young Fives is a program that is steeped in play, still offering a great preparation for Common Core and the rigors of our national curriculum that starts in kindergarten. If you have a child who's been born in June 1st of 2009 to December 1st of 2009, we certainly welcome you to enroll at our enrollment offices on 10 North Washington, right in downtown. Come on in, bring proof of residency, birth certificate, and we will get you registered. We are looking forward to classrooms being available for students in buildings across the district. Transportation is provided by the school district for this great opportunity. And again, we have an open invitation, and we hope you join us at Oxford Schools.
Welcome back for the final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga, the seated poses. So for this first one, I want you to extend your legs out in front of you, have your toes pulled back, you're sitting up tall. Bring your hands and place them by your hips. It's called staff pose or Dandasana. Have your core engaged, your legs engaged, your gaze, just a normal gaze. You can close your eyes, and we still have that Ujjayi breath, that yogic breath. Now inhale your arms overhead and exhale, fold forward over your legs. Take a bind with your peace fingers around your big toe. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, fold forward. This is Paschimottanasana, Western. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, pull your elbows out to the side. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to round the back and have the head come to the knee. You want to fold as if your heart is coming toward your feet. Release your bind, slowly come back up. And this time I want you to inhale your right knee up and take the sole of your right foot and place it on the inside of your left thigh. And twist your torso so that's facing the left leg. The toes of your left foot are pulled back to you. You're engaging everything. Sit bones are firmly into the mat. I want to inhale the arms overhead, then exhale, fold forward over our left leg. Maybe you can take a bind behind the foot or the toe or the shin. And again, we're not rounding the back here, flat back. And as always, don't lose that breath. Come back to the breath, come back to your intention. Release your bind, slowly come back up. Bring your right knee up and extend the right leg in front of you. And we're going to do it on the left side. So inhale your left knee up. Place the sole of your left foot on the inside of your right leg. Turn your body so that's facing your right foot. Toes of your right foot are pulled back. Inhale, reach and raise the arms overhead. And then exhale, fold forward. And again, you can take a bind behind the foot with the toe, the shin. We don't want to round the back. We want our heart shining toward our foot. Slowly release the bind, slowly come up. Inhale your left knee up and back, straighten the left leg. And now we're going to do a twist with a bind. Binds are kind of one of my favorite poses. So we're going to inhale the right knee up, place the sole of your right foot just on the ground, about a fist apart from your left leg. Now we're going to inhale the right arm straight up. We're going to exhale, lean forward, and then we're going to try to wrap it around the knee. Take your left arm, wrap it around your back, and take a bind. If you're not able to take the bind, just wrap your right arm around your knee and have your left arm just turn on or lie on the small of your back. It's about your intention of doing the pose. Doesn't matter if you can actually do it. And breathe. These kind of twists and binds are good heart openers. They're good at getting the toxins out of the body. And they're cool. You can impress your friends that you can do this. Now release your bind slowly. Extend your right leg in front of you. And we're going to do it on the other side. So inhale the left knee up. And have your left foot about a fist apart from your right leg. So we're going to inhale our left arm up, reach forward, wrap it around our left knee. Take your right arm and wrap it around your back. If you can take a bind, great. If not, just have the intention of your left arm wrapping around your knee and your right arm on the small of your back. And again, breathe. And if it's possible, make sure your right leg is extended and the toes are pulled back. Now slowly release your bind. Extend your left leg. Shake the legs a little bit. I'm going to do a counter pose to that. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Take a bind around your foot, anywhere that's available to you. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, fold forward. Release your bind. Sit back up. And make your way to the front of your mat to come into a seated position as we seal up our practice this morning. Bring your hands together at the center of the heart. Sit up tall, close your eyes. Come back to the intention you made at the start of the practice. Sealing up all the benefits that you got this morning. Every single day, you are an inspiration to someone. And I've had the privilege of being inspired by you guys this morning. And I want to thank you so much. And we close with Namaste.
Namaste.
You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the Village of Leonard.